Good morning, friends of Southern Sports Focus. A little late on my weekly video, Team of the Week, Embarrassment of the Week, and Game Balls, but hey, we're doing it right now. Hope you enjoy. And for the Team of the Week, here I'm just kind of going with the team that had the biggest win in our Southern sports realm, and that's the Texas Longhorns, taking the latest edition of the Red River Rivalry. Even with the questions about John Mateer quarterback, Oklahoma, they were favored. The defense was supposed to dominate and make life miserable for Arch Manning. Well, it's pretty much the opposite. The Texas defense intercepted Mateer 3 times, sacked him 5. The Sooner offense could do nothing, managing only 48 yards and 2 field goals. On the other side, the Texas offense, nothing spectacular, but they had a solid effort, no turnovers. The actual offense only found the end zone once. The other touchdown was a punt return, but it was good enough to give the Longhorns their 3rd win out of the last 4 in the Red River Rivalry, and to make them our Team of the Week. Now for the Embarrassment of the Week, I'm sure you probably know what I'm going to go with. Now, a lot of times I go with a team with a bad performance, maybe a coach that made a stupid decision, or on occasion, maybe an individual player that really did something incredibly dumb. But this week, SEC officiating. And do I really have to explain why? And for me, it wasn't just the bad calls, but it was kind of the aftermath, how the officials just kind of wanted to act like they could just reset things and make it even worse call and no one would notice. And look, I know, for the Auburn-Georgia game, it wasn't just that. It wasn't just the officiating. Auburn had their chances in the second half to make something happen. They only managed 40 yards. They were scoreless in the second half. But I guess we should give, Kirby a little clap. Yeah, a little something like that, a little applause for making that happen in the second half. So congratulations to you, Georgia. Congratulations to you, Kirby, for that superb second half effort. We salute you. But as far as the officiating goes, on the Jackson Arnold QB sneak, there was no whistle. So either it was an Arnold touchdown or it was a Georgia touchdown. Unless I'm missing something, it should have been one or the other, because there was no down, there was no whistle. After the fact, the official said the play was dead, with Kirby Smart saying he never got an explanation why. But given what happened later, can we really believe what Kirby says? And what happened later? Well, you probably know that as well. He wasn't calling a timeout, he said. Well, if he wasn't calling a timeout, it should have been delay a game. And Kirby, in the post-game press conference, or the day after, one of the two, I don't know which one, he said that he would not have had to call a timeout because they had plenty of time to get the snap off. No, you didn't. It should have been a timeout, or it should have been delay of game. And what do the officials do? They just reset the whole thing again, pretending like it didn't happen, with a even worse call. So again, I'm not blaming the officials necessarily for the Auburn loss, but that was really horrible. And this is hardly the first case of the absurdity of SEC officiating this season. Even in another game, the Red River Rivalry, there was a block in the back on that punt return touchdown that was no called on Texas. Again, Texas probably would have won. It just would have been a closer margin. But this has got to be fixed. And until it is, it's not the first time we've seen mess like this, and it won't be the last. And it's a repeated embarrassment that the SEC must address. Until then, we're just going to see it get more and more embarrassing. Let's sound out some game balls. Texas defense, really good collective effort from the Longhorns defense. Only 2 field goals and 258 total yards allowed, forcing 3 turnovers, tallying at 5 sacks in their 23-6 win over Oklahoma. Cameron Dixie, Texas Tech monster day for the Red Raider sophomore running back. 263 yards, 2 touchdowns on 21 carries, averaging 12.5 yards per carry as Texas Tech routed Kansas 42-17. Trey'Dez Green of LSU, the sophomore tight end, pulled in 8 catches for 119 yards and a touchdown in the Tigers' 2010 victory over South Carolina. Deshaun Bishop, Tennessee, a career-high 146 yards on just 14 carries, plus 1 touchdown as Tennessee held on to beat Arkansas 34-31. Byron Brown of South Florida, 245 yards passing, 82 rushing, 5 total touchdowns for the Bulls quarterback, leading his team to a 63-36 road win over previously unbeaten North Texas. Want to recognize Desmond Purnell of K-State. The senior linebackers racked up 5 tackles, a sack, 2 total tackles for a loss, 2 passes defended, and 2 interceptions, including a pick 6 in the Wildcats' 41-28 victory over TCU. Landon Ellis James Madison, 6 receptions, 120 yards, 3 touchdowns for the junior wideout as the Dukes defeated Louisiana 34-14. Dexter Williams, the second quarterback, Kennesaw State, 27-36 passing, 290 yards, 4 touchdowns in the Owls' 35-7 victory over Louisiana Tech. Ty Simpson, Alabama, 200 yards passing, hitting 9 different receivers, 3 touchdown passes in the Tide's 27-24 road win over Missouri. And Jeffrey Pittman, Southern Miss, 31 carries, 140 yards, 2 touchdowns in the Eagles' 38-35 win over Georgia Southern. So that's my Team of the Week, Embarrass the Week, and Game Balls. What would you add? What did I get right? What did I get wrong? Let me know in the comments. And everyone, have a great day.